morning, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Monday. Welcome back to Aquatic News International. I'm Gareth from BTA. And welcome back to our second instalment of wrapping up the aquaculture news of last week. Just to give you guys a little bit of a 5-minute recap, more like a 15-minute recap, but yeah. First of all, before we begin, I'd like to say a thank you to Polly Hilda, who reached out last week and said, really enjoyed the first episode. Keep going, well done. Polly has always been a huge supporter, influence, dare I say, mentor as well, whether or not she realises it or not, to me, and has been incredibly supportive of my career all the way through, even up till this last year of me starting my own business. So thank you very much, Polly, for reaching out and sending me a message like that. That really made my day. That was really good. And Polly is one of those women in aquaculture who are really carving a path and making a difference. She's one of the many women in aquaculture, all of the women in aquaculture, I should say, that are really making a difference. Polly is working at CSIRO currently on the whitefish project with Pompano at CSIRO Bribey Island. Which I've seen the broodstock, I've seen the larvae, I've seen the work the guys are doing up there, and with Polly and Dave at the helm, I mean, yeah, I really look forward to seeing what's going to happen up there at CSIRO with the Whitefish project. Really looking forward to it. So thanks again, Polly. Really appreciate it. As I said, made my day. So let's dive in and talk about last week, 9 o'clock, last week in aquaculture. So, the FAO's 2020 report on fisheries and aquaculture has come out. Now, going back to 2022, global aquaculture production reached 223.2 million tonnes. Maintaining its growth is the key component of global food security. Yeah. Asia remains the dominant region, responsible for 70% of the global aquatic animal production, which is huge. Asia is a massive market, but the majority of Asian aquaculture, obviously, is very low tech. It's starting to make the move into higher tech, especially RAS and things like that. But it's going to take some time, I think. A lot of extensive aquaculture out there, pond farming, shrimp, things like that, milkfish, barramundi even, or sea bass as they call them out there. The report highlights the need for sustainable development, particularly in Africa, where aquaculture potentially is underutilised. Yes, species like tilapia, catfish, what are some other African? Nile perch, even eel, I think, which we'll get to in a second. Are possible species, but obviously getting either the equipment over there at a decent price to enable the people to actually farm them themselves, or getting the expertise over there is going to be the next hurdle. But I've seen it many times before, but hopefully it starts to develop there a little bit too. But there is a lot of turmoil over in Africa at the moment, so in certain parts of Africa, so I can understand why as well. Consumption of aquatic foods is outpacing population growth, making aquaculture critical for addressing global nutrition needs, and sustainability challenges in fisheries persist, with only 62.3% of marine stocks within biologically safe limits. That is horrifying. So obviously aquaculture is very important. Aquaculture research is very important for for restocking these species and things like that. And I think that there's going to be a lot more emphasis placed on that in the future. More than there already is, which is a lot. Okay, so innovative technologies in precision aquaculture, AI monitoring systems, and smart sorting technologies are revolutionising aquaculture operations, improving efficiency and sustainability. AI is very powerful. I see this coming into, well, as I just said, but particularly grading and sorting machines. I see a whole new breed of grading and sorting machines and counting machines coming out for aquaculture. So that's going to be great. Very much look forward to that. These vendors can, optimize critical processes such as feeding, waste management, and species health. And people don't realise that AI can contribute, control, or augment everything from the ground up. So imagine how much efficiency you could gain. I very much look forward to seeing what AI can do in the future for aquaculture in particular. Now, tropical eel reproduction, there's been a breakthrough. JAPFA Group has achieved a major milestone by reproducing tropical eels, a development that could reduce pressure on wild stocks and expand sustainable aquaculture practices. Now, I've seen the eel aquaculture industry go, oh man. Whew. Yeah, that's a volatile industry. I know that there was work being done at Cawthron Institute, I believe. Maybe it was somewhere else. I can't remember. In New Zealand, anyway. And they were spawning. Was it longfin or shortfin eels on demand? Larval rearing was an issue, though. This is the tropical eel. I must confess, I don't know a lot about eel farming. I do know it's delicious. I order it every time I see it on a menu. But if they can get larval culture down and reduce or eliminate the reliance on elver collection, that would be huge. Massive. Eels are a great aquaculture species, whichever way you cut it, really. Aquaculture USA focus on seaweed farming. Seaweed aquaculture is gaining attention as a sustainable solution for climate mitigation and ecosystem restoration. Yes, I see it as being a huge benefit for nutrient reduction and wastewater treatment for aquaculture. Instead of specialized denitrification filters and things like that, especially with the ability for them to absorb other chemicals and hormones and stuff out of the water as well. I think it's going to really boost the efficiencies of RAS systems, definitely. The sector is expanding into markets such as biostimulants and bioplastics, which are positioned to reduce the environmental footprint on traditional products. Now, biostimulants, they're talking about, I think, plant biostimulants. Obviously, seaweed solution has been around for a long time. There are a lot of different seaweed solutions out there, but seaweed has been used for thousands of years for farming and agriculture practices. We all know the benefits of it. Bioplastics is an interesting one, but with the amount of alginate and things like that in the seaweed, and it's the variety of other things in a bioplastic seems like a very, very logical step. Which just goes to show the value-adding potential of macroalgae in marine aquaculture for remediation of water, especially in RAS or even in ponds, and harvesting of that. So, yeah. There's some outside-the-box thinking that needs to happen there. Why people don't utilise their waste streams in RAS systems and aquaculture more readily, I don't know. Despite challenges in carbon crediting seaweed farming's potential to regenerate marine ecosystems and decarbonise supply chains is being actively explored. Now, I do know that there is a company in South Australia. By God, I cannot remember what the name of the company is, but it's Port Lincoln tuna company, and they are now growing seaweed around their tuna leases to help to remediate the water, to reduce nutrient, to reduce sediments and solids and things that are being produced by the tuna themselves, and also that's obviously going to oxygenate the water a little bit, but it will then produce a byproduct that they can sell. So they're looking at Asparagopsis. They're looking at all sorts of 3 or 4 or 5, something 6, maybe 10 species of seaweed. The future of seaweed is massive. It's been quietly increasing quite substantially over the last 5 years I've seen, and I think it's going to be very popular technology within the next 2 to 3 years for water remediation, especially of marine systems. The next one, NPI, NP Innovations. Now, NP Innovations, as we know, well, as some of you know, I sell NP Innovations products, drum filters, disc filters, degassers, and NP Innovation was started by the original owner of Hydrotech, the original inventor of the drum filter, Nils. So, and he's since retired again, couldn't stay away, and then realised he wanted to retire again. So, but NP Innovation is growing from strength to strength. Their drum filters are, well, in my opinion, industry-leading design. Their backwash system and moving backwash bar is a huge benefit in cleaning and reduction of maintenance on drum filters. But they have recently completed their acquisition of Aqua IS, strengthening its presence in Iceland's growing land-based fish farming sector. Now, I think we talked about Norway and Iceland last week. Again, it's a massively increasing industry, and NP Innovation's acquisition of Aqua IS obviously opens up a distribution channel of a variety of other products as well, and allows them a foot in the door, obviously, in Iceland from Sweden, where they are. So that's very exciting. NP Innovations may start to move into other aquaculture equipment. Maybe. I love NP Innovation stuff. They're honest. They're top quality equipment. They're competitively priced. Yeah, they're a great product, and anything that they put their name to or put their company behind, obviously, I think is going to succeed very well. So the next point, this acquisition will enhance NP Innovation's ability to provide water treatment solutions and expand its service capabilities, supporting more efficient and sustainable aquaculture systems in the region. I, for one, congratulate NP Innovation, and yeah, very much looking forward to seeing what they can do with that, and seeing where they expand to in the future. So that is the roundup for this week. As much as I could collect and summarize, obviously, the things that just sort of popped out at me. If there's anything that does come up, obviously I've started doing industry events as well, industry announcements, I should say. Just to reiterate on last week, I am very, very happy to be emceeing at the Blue Light District Coral event at Fish Are Friends in November. In Minto. If you need any more information, please get in contact with me or look on Facebook for Blue Light District Coral Show. I have done a video where I put all the information in the description as well, so if you look back through my YouTube channel, you'll be able to find that under industry announcements. So yeah, it's great to see the ornamental aquaculture scene really taking off as well. The majority, I would say a huge percentage of the corals, I don't know even to hazard a guess these days, but a huge percentage of corals are aquacultured either at home or by businesses that are then on-sold to the general public now, especially with coral quotas being cut as hard as they have, which is, has brought up its own unique challenges and circumstances. But very much looking forward to it. We've got people from, industry juggernauts like Monsoon Aquatics. Juno's coming down. Juno was just at a coral fragging, was just doing coral fragging demo at Reeftopia, who celebrated their first birthday this year. Congratulations, Michael. Very much, very, very, very happy to see both you and your magnificent beard survive your first year, and in style, might I add. You've done a fantastic job, mate. You should give yourself a massive pat on the back. From what I can see, you've done everything right. So well done to you, Michael. Juno's going to be there. Anya from Gallery Aquatic is going to be there. We got suppliers. It's go back and look at the video. I go through it. It's not as fresh in my mind as it is now. But that's the other thing that's happening as well. Apart from everything else that's going on. Now, if there's any, as I said, if there's any more updates, I will make sure to put an industry update on if I deem it, worthy of news. I'm very much looking forward to see the next steps of what Pure Salmon do with Belund as well. Like I said last week, it's been quiet this past week in regards to what's going on, but I'm very much looking forward to seeing what happens in that space. So, thank you very much for joining me today for number 2 of Aquatic News International. If there's anything I can help with, as always, please feel free to give me a bell. And we will see you next week. So have a great week, people, and happy Monday. Cheers. Have a good day.